Hello and welcome to this video. I'll be introducing you to JavaScript events. What are JavaScript events? Events are basically things that happens to HTML elements. For interactivity to occur on a website, events needs to happen to create that interaction. An event can also be referred to as something that the web browser or the user does to create interactivity. So you can look at events as code structures that listen for things happening in the browser and then responding to that by running a code. So JavaScript will let you execute a code when an event is detected. An example of an event could be when you click on a button or when you fill out a form on a website. There are different types of events that can occur. The most obvious event example is known as a click event. Basically, this is fired by the web browser when you click on something with your mouse. So to demonstrate how this works, I've already entered some code in my console, inside my Google homepage console here. So got the document.query selector. The document.query selector returns the first element within the document that matches the specified selector. So here I've passed in the HTML as the specified selector, which is the entire document. This document here is known as the HTML. And next I have attached an onClick property. So after the selector I've put a dot and then onClick. OnClick property basically is going to return the click event handler for the current element. A handler basically is a function that is invoked or called by an event listener. An event listener is a kind of function that waits for an event to occur, then it responds with a code. It then executes some code in response to that event. So in here, in my document.query selector, I've selected the HTML document as a selector, so this is where the event is going to be executed on, and I've attached this onClick property. So, and next to that, I've set this to equals to a function. You can see I've got a function that's opening curly braces, and this is a closing curly braces. When you define a function, you define it like this with parentheses. Parentheses can be empty if you've got nothing to pass in as arguments, and in between the curly braces will contain the block of code that will execute in response to an event. So here, the property here, this called onClick, will be the event. So what this is saying is that if I click anywhere inside this browser area, it will execute this code. Ouch, stop poking me. So if I press enter on that now, so it has now saved that. So if I click here, you can see it's saying ouch, stop poking me. So me clicking in that area is an event, and by clicking on it, it also runs or executes a corresponding code that responds to that event. So if I click again, it executes this code here, which is responding to the click event. Clicking is an event in the browser, so by me clicking, it executes this code, which is this code here. It says ouch, stop poking me. I'm just going to click to exit that. This is just one event I've illustrated. There are tons and tons of events that can happen within the browser, and you have to also define the corresponding code that will respond to that event. There are many ways to attach an event to an element. So here I've only used one, which I've attached the event to the HTML element, which is this actual page. And here I've also set the onClick handler property. This is a property. I've set that to equals to an anonymous function. If you notice, I've declared a function, but I didn't give the function a name. That is referred to as anonymous. So I've assigned that to a nameless function, which contains the code we want the click event to run. So this is the code I want the click event to run. When I click on the HTML, which is the browser here, it will execute that code. So this is just a very basic introduction to events. There are several tons of events that can happen in a browser, and you can also have corresponding code you want to execute in response to an event. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.